You want people back here? Back there?
Smile big.
You guys want to come forward a little bit closer? You can face that way. Come forward a little. This area corner. They got these press releases and photo releases. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Say good afternoon, everyone. It is a great day to be in Macon-Bibb County, and it's a very exciting day to be here at the Brookdale Resource Center, or may be referred to in a very short while at the location that you're looking at as the Gardens at Brookdale. So it is a very exciting day to be here, and we think we're going to have something that's going to change the way that people eat and live here at the Brookdale Resource Center. This initiative, like many great initiatives, takes a team effort, and I'm very proud today, as you can see behind me, with several partners who's going to make up that team for this very important project. United Way of Central Georgia, Bibb County, Georgia Cooperative Extension, the Bibb County School District, the Georgia Farm Bureau, the Industrial Authority, and many, many more that you'll hear from today. Today, we are announcing the Gardens at Brookdale. This space that you're standing on will help feed more than 100 people on the campus. As you look around, you'll see many of the fruits and vegetables that will be planted here, and we'll be preparing for another event here around April the 11th, when you can see this really come out of the ground, and a lot of hard work will be done between now and then. We couldn't make all this happen without volunteers and donations. We're very gracious for the work that the Bibb County students will be doing. As you can see here, I've already done my bed. They'll tell you what I put in there later. But we're going to have students from Macon-Bibb County Public Schools that will be building and constructing a lot of this project. And in particular, I believe Rutland High School will be building these beds in the very near future, along with some assistance of our staff through the Parks and Beautification. And they will be set up. Behind me, you'll see some piles of dirt already that are here and some topsoil. But in front of this podium here, you'll see a layout of what we expect this project to look like, at least in the beginning, over the next month. So to talk more about these relationships, I'm going to call my good friend, Dr. Cassandra Washington, who's the Executive Director of the Career Technical and Agricultural Education and the CEO of the W.S. Hutchins College and Career Academy, to give you some more information. Dr. Washington.
Thank you, Mayor Miller. Good afternoon, everyone. Bibb County School District and the CTAE Agriculture Programs and Hutchins College and Career Academy Culinary Arts Program are so excited to participate in this partnership. We know that Georgia is the only state that says CTAE instead of CTE because agriculture is vital to Georgia's economy. Hutchins will be involved by Hutchins and Rutland High School Ag Mechanics program will be involved by building the raised beds that will be in our garden. Also, Hurd Elementary, Rutland Middle School, and Northeast High School's Ag program will participate in building and maintaining the raised beds as well. Urban agriculture ultimately fosters civic engagement. It also provides additional education for our students and helps young people become true members of their community and society by making sure they understand the decisions that they make in their community and how to help others. Additionally, students will also increase academic skills such as math, science, communication, leadership, and management as being a part of this opportunity. So we thank the Bibb County School District for allowing us to continue to partner. We also thank Mayor Miller and the Macon-Bibb County community for having such a vision to allow our community to continue to grow. We are also encouraging all of our student organizations in Bibb County, PTAs, school, and district departments to come out and join us to continue to make sure that we can continue this project as we grow in Bibb County.
Good afternoon. I'm Carol Kelly with the Bibb County Cooperative Extension Office here in Macon, Georgia. Bibb County Extension is excited to be involved with this initiative. I've been working with Master Gardener volunteers to plan the layout of the raised bed portion of the gardens at Brookdale. By starting with this type of growing system, we hope to mitigate some of our weed and disease problems and get a really successful first harvest here for Brookdale residents. Some of the crops that we'll plant soon, as you can see from the layout, include green beans, tomatoes, okra, squash, and several other things. We chose these crops not just for the nutritional value, but we think these will be popular choices for the Brookdale residents, and these will be crops that should be easier for the staff to prepare. The gardens will be led by a part-time program assistant who will oversee, coordinate, and expand the efforts of the garden. Support by community volunteers will be critical in making this project a success. As volunteers work in the garden, they're not only going to be supporting Brookdale, but they'll learn about growing food through their own hands-on involvement. And we also plan to hold some gardening workshops for the public in the future. We know that everybody connected with this project is going to reap the benefits as we move forward. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce the Brookdale Resource Center Director, Ms. Allison Bender.
Thank you, everyone, for being here today, and thank you, of course, to all the people that are standing up for our residents and finding so many ways to help people create better lives. When our doors opened over 2 years ago, it was only meant to be temporary, only meant to provide a warm place to stay during the coldest months. But thanks to our community, to partners like the ones that are here today, and our volunteers that join us every single day, we've put down our roots. We're now rooted in place, and we're growing toward the light of a better future for the families here. The individuals and families that are here may not be here permanently, but they're able to plant their feet and live in lives for a moment in time, get the support that they need, and begin to grow as well. And that's why, of course, this new partnership and effort is so meaningful to everyone that works here. These gardens represent us, they represent our residents, and they are proof that we are more than just a shelter. We are a home. We are a place of nourishment for families, of growth, of creating life and cultivating love. That's what homes are to each of us, and that's the type of environment that we've tried to create for every man, woman, and child that has walked through our doors, that they're ready to grow. Yes, this will provide fruits, fresh fruits and vegetables for our residents throughout the year. Yes, this will be a great chance for students to expand their education, putting their classroom learning into practice. Yes, this will provide another chance for people in the community to donate their time and skills to help our programs. And yes, this, of course, will provide another outdoor activity for our residents and providing untold benefits to them. These gardens do all of that and more. For me today, this garden to the left of me here that Mayor Miller planted earlier, they are the gardens that will spread out here as well, that you see from the graphics, the trees, the pavilions, the fields, and more that are planned for the future. This is all about being a home for people for a moment in time. The home where they can begin planting their own roots through healthy soil and grow stronger every day until one day they can put down permanent roots as a family. I want to thank you again to all of our partners, the staff, and volunteers that have been so excited for this to happen and for helping us build, plant, and nourish this home. Now, I would like to introduce Warren Selby of Warren Associates.
Thank you and good afternoon. It is a beautiful day. This is really what I call a gorgeous day in Macon-Bibb County. And Warren Associates, I'm a second generation and I have a third generation in our company, and we're celebrating 52 years. This is home for us. So this is a project that we're not only excited to be partnering, but this is in our neighborhood. Our company is on Rolfe Avenue, so as you go from Brookdale down Rolfe Avenue, this is our neighborhood, and we're excited about this. We believe in supporting projects in our community that make a difference. And as I've always said, whatever the project, if it improves the quality of life for Macon in Bibb County in central Georgia, we want to be a part of it. So today we stand here with the partners that are behind me as furnishing materials and other resources that will help bring this project to life. Of course, in the construction business, when you turn asphalt into green space, Mayor, it makes a big difference and it does improve life in our community. So again, I want to thank you for letting us be part of this. We're excited and we look forward to its completion. Other than the one that the mayor did, we'll see many more that will be coming to life here very soon. Now I have the honor of introducing our next speaker, who is Mr. Tom McCall, who is the president of the Georgia Farm Bureau.
Thank you, sir, and thank all of y'all. You know, in Georgia, we grow everything from apples to zucchinis, and produce is a big deal in Georgia with our fertile soil and our climate and our availability of water, and with the good Lord's help, we feed the world out of Georgia. Agriculture is the biggest contributor to the economics of the state of Georgia, and Georgia Farm Bureau's purpose is to protect, promote, and enhance agriculture in the state, and we take care of our farmers. This is going to be great because it's going to give people the opportunity to be able to get fresh vegetables. One good thing is you're not going to have to worry about weed control in between the beds, because I think the asphalt will take care of that. But the best thing about what this is going to do, and at my house we grow all of this stuff that you see in our backyard, but the best thing that it's going to do is it's going to teach people that their groceries and their produce don't come out of the storeroom in a Publix and a Kroger. It's grown in the soil by farmers, and people around that participate in this garden are going to see what farmers do, how they do it, and some of the struggles that they have to produce the food that's on your table every day, 3 times a day. So, Mr. Mayor, if I could give you a check from Farm Bureau to help maybe buy some of these 2x8s that you're going to build the garden out of, we look forward to seeing what the production of this place is going to be, and we're available if you need any input on how to grow this stuff. So we will get you fixed. But thank you. Thank you for letting us participate.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you for that generous contribution, and I think most of you today can see in the back of your mind, I hope it's racing like mine, all the wonderful things that could come out of this. This is more than about just growing good, fresh produce, and it is that, but it's about growing fresh people in Macon-Bibb County. As I sat just a couple of days ago and listened to a speaker talk about the conditions that we have in Macon-Bibb County of people being healthy, of people being obese, people having problems with hypertension and high blood pressure, one can only think about how much better we'd be as a community if we had fresh fruits and vegetables in our daily diet. We're looking forward to sharing more with you next time on how we're going to bring that to our community. What can you do for us today? And I also, Warren Selby didn't say anything about it, but for his generous contribution too, a lot of this could not happen. We appreciate everything he continues to do for our community. But if you're sitting at home or you're here today and you want to know what you can do to help this project out, well, I'm going to tell you what you can do. Number one, about 2 years ago, we came together as a community. We rallied around what then was the Brookdale Warming Center. People came from miles away to bring coats, sweaters, and socks, and food, and all kind of things, but really just their kindness and the love in their heart to this community. Something we all rallied around as a community. I felt it. I know you did too. So what can you do now? Well, these things are not going to get planted by themselves. These things are not going to be upkept by themselves. We don't want to spend a lot of money. We wanted to sustain this project. So when we looked at Brookdale, how can this be a forever transition place for someone that come here that may be having some rough times, transition to housing? How can we do that? How can we sustain that without just pouring money into a project? We can do that through the generous contributions of the great organizations you heard from today. We can do that by volunteers, but we also can do that by running a more efficient place here at Brookdale. One of those things, and I may have said it before, but it's worth repeating again, is what you see right now with just these raised beds will feed 100 people for 1 year. Imagine the money that we will save doing that can be put back into changing the lives of the folks that come through the center. So you can help doing that. We're going to have a volunteer program. You're going to be allowed to come here, perhaps adopt a bed. You know, they tell me there's a pizza bed or something that I've got to look into, but you actually can have a pizza garden. Everything you put on a pizza you can grow here. And we mentioned about our great partners there at Georgia Farm Bureau. They do a lot of things for our community. Agriculture is a thriving business in Georgia, and certainly there are many agricultural jobs that our students could take advantage of to not only make some money but have a good career. And we look forward to partnering them in all that they do to educate our students on workforce opportunities that we have here. So I hope you will join me. I hope you will volunteer your time, your effort. If you can't do it physically, if you want to donate some money, that will help as well. When we come back here on April the 11th, you're going to see this thing really come to ground. You're going to see some new sprinkler systems that's here so we can have it on an automatic timer to make it easier to water these types of plants. You're going to see some fields that are tilled up and prepared for maybe next year's harvest. You're going to see maybe some chickens. I know you may have noticed there's a chicken coop down here. You know, what better way to teach someone how the life really works today and how our environment is so vital. To have a refuge bin there at Brookdale, we can put that excess food that doesn't get used into there to feed these chickens to generate some much needed fertilizer for these beds here, to save money, but also to teach them how this thing really works. So we're excited about everybody here today. I hope you can tell by my voice today that I am very excited about this project. This is something that's going to not only lead Middle Georgia, but I think it's going to lead most of the United States. I think this is something that's really out of the box, and it can't happen without great partners like you. So join me on April the 11th. If that date changes because of weather, we'll let you know, and figure out how your faith-based organization, your sorority, your fraternity, your family can be a part of this. We really owe it to our community, and we look forward to working with each and every one of you. And I can't say it again. I haven't mentioned our superintendent here is here today. Thank you, Dr. Sims, for being here today, for all that you do for our school systems. And I'll be remiss if I didn't mention my Mayor Pro Tem, Seth Clark, is here, and Bill Howard's here today. All the other wonderful partners that we have today that we'll have on program next time to tell you how much of success and how much of difference it's going to make in our community. So join us April the 11th at 1:30 here at this location, and you'll see this thing really take off. Thank you very much.